What's good, everybody? It is Monday, December 12th. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. This is the end of our week here at the brand. We start on Tuesday, end on Monday, coming off a decent day at ups, downs. It was a crazy day in the NFL yesterday. The Chiefs up 27-0. As you see, a big red X next to that. That's how easily a day can shift. They didn't cover up 27-0. However, see in the job. If you want to follow somebody, you want to play his picks. Last week he was 8-0. This week, take a look at all the green check marks. The man is on fire. But that was yesterday. It's now time to look forward to today. And as always, Monday is a very, very busy day at the brand. In addition to a morning show, we have Early Edge and 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, tonight, Early Edge live for Monday Night Football. It's the Patriots. It's the Cardinals rounding out week number 14. But let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. It's an embarrassment of Monday riches. We start with Allie. Allie, good morning.
Good morning. It's been kind of a couple weird weeks without college football on Saturdays, but kind of enjoying it based on the way that season went. So
That's exactly right. The bowl season does start on the 16th, so we'll be right back to it in a few days. Also live from Las Vegas, Nevada, a place that is just event after event after event. UFC taking over this past weekend. Zach Attack, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see everybody. I'm fired up. I want to finish off the year strong. I couldn't believe yesterday it's 2 weeks out from Christmas. So we're going to be going into the new year, but let's finish it out strong.
I haven't bought one present yet. I'm
right there with
freaking one. Oh, my goodness. And finally, he is our OG of OGs. We call him the Maestro, Larry Hartstein. Happy Monday to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Big Cheesy is a man of his word. The Venmo was in my account last night, so well done on that, and I'm happy to run it back whenever you want. And a big event going on in Vegas tonight, Creighton and Arizona State. Will the big guy for Creighton, Kalkbrenner, play? When he was out, they lost to BYU. They've lost 4 straight. Remember, they started the season really hot. They were very impressive. Interesting game tonight in Vegas.
They were down by a lot in that game, too. They came back to send it to overtime and ultimately lost in overtime, but we'll see. That'll be a big game on a Monday, which we are here for. And Big Cheesy 707, you stay on the right side of the ledger. The Maestro 2-0 yesterday in showdowns. You had to teach AB a little lesson, too, didn't you?
Yeah, no comment on whether AB has paid up yet, but Big Cheesy has indeed paid up.
What? I will address.
I think there were technical difficulties. I'm sure that's all it was.
You guys hear that beeping? That beep. The bus, the Maestro just rolled right over AB. It was a big one. It was one of those, tour buses that all the big stars take. It was right over him. All right, let's get into it. Storylines could affect the betting lines today, and I tell you what, Monday Night Football, both teams, really kind of the Patriots, but if they want any shot at playing in January, there is no room to stub the toe at all. Maestro, start us off.
Must-win game for the Patriots. I just tweeted out the list of the quarterbacks that they have beaten this season. Zach Wilson twice, Sam Ehlinger, Jared Goff, Mitchell Trubisky, and Jacoby Brissett. That's it. Now, tonight they face Kyler Murray, and he will have his top 2 receivers, Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins, on the field for only the second time all season, but they won't have Rondale Moore. They won't have Murphy, an excellent corner, but the Patriots won't have Jacoby Myers. So this is going to be an interesting game. The Patriots have been terrible in standalone spots this season, outscored 90-50. So far in standalone games, 0-3, but the Cardinals have been a disaster at home, 1-11 last 12 home games. I lean Arizona, but I'm staying off the side. I do like a couple props.
Okay, well, of course, we've got Early Edge live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time as we break down best bets, props. We've got the donkey, the goose, etc. Now, you can't ignore the ice. It's easy in bowl season and leading up to the playoffs, but sometimes you got to dig in. And Allie, that's what I asked you to do. And you found me a goalie that is starting to trend in a certain way. Talk to me.
Yep, so we've seen Marc-Andre Fleury give up at least 3 goals in 6 straight games, and that's kind of a stark contrast to that middle of the season, middle for where we are at right now. And 2 of those games most recently have been against the Oilers. So, I mean, since December, he's played the Oilers twice, and he's given up 3 and 4 goals. So I think he's been going to do a little bit worse tonight when the Oilers come to Minnesota, because he has been struggling a little bit more at home, where he has a 3.98 GAA. So definitely Oilers team total over 3, something around there I would look at. I know I played the Wild on the money line on both of those, but I just think now the trend is kind of switched to maybe fading Fleury.
I like it a lot. Fade, fade, fade. It's also a different way to bet hockey games is a team total as opposed to a game total. So always listen to Allie. Thank you very much. By the way, you have set off a firestorm, Maestro, in the chat. They are all over. AB Buckets just entered the chat. Why, I don't know. He just landed in New York City, and the first thing he's going to do is log into our show. Buckets, what are you doing? But somebody in the chat did say Buckets is now living in Home Alone 2. Remember when Macaulay Culkin went to New York City for the first time by himself? It kind of feels that way. In fact, Buckets looks like Macaulay Culkin all grown up. Be careful, Buckets. Be careful. John in the chat, by the way, says, Coach, we all know the rules. Come on, AB. Everybody knows the rules. Midnight. That's the deadline. All right, let's get into our board for the day. I just got to get back into it. All right. Now, you know I'm got very expensive talent here, so we've got to hear from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. We have settled down. For those watching on YouTube, this is the Early Edge. Those listening on Apple or Spotify, we welcome all of you as well. One big play from SportsLine right now. And if you're not a SportsLine member, I don't know what to tell you. But use the promo code EARLY. I'll give you 30 days for free. You get all the bowl season. You get all the NFL. You get all the NBA. You get all the NHL. And did I say NHL twice? Yes, I did. World Cup as well. Then after that, you'll be playing with house money. So today, Nets, Wizards over. It's already come down all the way to around 226 at some books. But the Nets, since they changed everything, since Steve Nash was ousted, they have been an over machine. The last 3 games, 269, 236, 238. For the Wizards, 3 of their last 5 have gone to the over. So we love this matchup to go over whatever your book has up to 227 and a half. All right, Allie, you just gave us that great storyline on a goalie, but I need a total I can sink my teeth into. Start us off.
Yep, so I'm going to go with the Preds at Blues over 6.5 at -110. Just looking at both goalies, Thomas Greiss and Juuse Saros. Thomas Greiss, he has a 3.69 GAA, and we've already seen him play against the Preds in Nashville, and he gave up 5 goals. And then Saros, he has a 3.05, but on the road, it's way worse, and it's 4.76. And he did only give up 2 goals to the Blues in Nashville, but like I said, that road GAA is probably going to make him do a lot worse tonight. And then the over-under in the Preds roads games are 7-3-1, and then Blues home games, the over is 8-4-1. So I would definitely think that this is going to be another high-scoring game, as long as you see both teams' offenses kind of pick it up, because the defenses on both sides are just going to be awful. So I think as long as we can get the offense to kind of compensate, we're going to have a really high-scoring game tonight.
This kind of reminds me of last week when you predicted a total that hit around 758. Like in the first period. It was crazy. It feels like that today, right?
I told you guys exactly. I said it was going to be both teams score, but also a blowout on the last one, which is kind of what happened. So
that's exactly right.
This one, I mean, I think it's going to be high, but not as easy as the last one.
It's not going to be 13?
Okay. Right.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. All right, now, up next, as I look at my notes, we heard that incredible storyline from the Maestro, which would lead you to believe that we are on the side of the Arizona Cardinals. Zach Attack, are we?
I am, Coach. I'm going to take the 1.5. I know Arizona's home woes are well documented, but I gave them out for the full season under win total, so I'm going against my play here. But we've already seen a little bit of fire this week. Defensive coordinator Vance Joseph kind of called out New England Patriots play caller Matt Patricia, his vanilla play calls, and you've seen it lately. They're coming off back-to-back losses on Thursday football, of course, on Thanksgiving against the Vikings, last week against the Bills. So this spread is more indicative of the Patriots having that little bit of extra time off. But the Cardinals have also had time off. They're coming out out of their bye week. I think they're going to have a higher sense of urgency at home. And then you look at their schedule to finish out the year. This is an opportunity for them. They beat the Patriots. Next week they have Denver. We don't know Russell Wilson's status with his concussion. Then they would face struggling Tampa Bay. We don't know what their status is going to be as well. Then they'll face Atlanta, who's starting a rookie quarterback, and finish off the year against San Francisco, who has a rookie quarterback. So there's an opportunity here for the Cardinals to roll off 5 straight games to finish out the year, and who knows what can happen. But they definitely can salvage the season. 4-8 right now. This is their starting point. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 1.5.
And we have seen it many, many times before. A team gets on a roll heading into the playoffs and become a wild card team, and they get to the Super Bowl. It's not out of the question. But they got to stop playing a lot better than what they are. Zach, I'm rolling with you with the Cardinals. Now it's time to cash with the coach. And I've been pretty good lately with my totals in particular. But I'm going to go with a total too, because the NBA has this new thing where they have 2 teams that stay in a city and play themselves back to back to save on travel, to save all that kind of stuff. 2 nights ago, the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Portland Trail Blazers played each other. 242 was the total. Today it's at let me check my notes, 30. Same 2 teams. And I know familiarity. I know all of that. But these are 2 over teams that just played 2 nights ago that went to 242. I'll take my chances at minus 110. All right. You know whose spot it is when we end the show. You know whose spot it is. Maestro. I love Mondays because that means we're getting back to a work week for most people. But it's time to stay laser focused for us. Floor is yours.
Okay, I like 2 props, 1 on each side of this game, starting with the Patriots. Nelson Aguilar over 29.5 receiving yards, which is basically his average for the season. But there's no Jacoby Myers, and the slot corner for the Cardinals, Byron Murphy, is out, and Aguilar will take more of the slot. It won't be Devontae Parker in there, obviously. He stays out wide. The matchups that Aguilar has against those other corners who are going to replace Murphy, really good matchups. You can throw on Arizona, so I expect Aguilar to get to at least 30 yards. Then on the other side, Kyler Murray over his rushing total, 35.5 rush yards, gone over it 5 of the last 6. Patriots get a lot of pressure, which means he could be scrambling. And also, but they struggle against mobile quarterbacks. We saw it with Justin Fields. We saw it with Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen did not end up running a lot against the Patriots on Thursday night, but it's because they didn't have to. I mean, he was doing whatever he wanted. They were moving the ball fine. He didn't need to run, but Kyler Murray with the pressure should be running tonight over 35.5.
They got to be all in. Every single player's got to be all in tonight, including Kyler Murray. No fighting with your head coach. No barking at your wide receivers. Just play the game and use those legs. Big Cheesy is in the chat today, giving you props, Maestro, apparently on his Christmas break, just like Buckets, who apparently is marveling at the traffic in New York City. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know how this is going to end. I really, really don't. But I encourage you to follow him on social media. It'll be, if nothing else, entertaining. All right, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. The Maestro's 2 props for tonight's Monday Night Football. Nelson Aguilar over 29.5 receiving yards at minus 113. Then Kyler Murray, let's use those legs, over 35.5 rush yards, minus 111. Then Zack Attack, he's on his side. He's on Arizona Cardinals tonight, plus 1.5. You heard all the reasons why. Then if you're going to cash with me, you're going to do it with the Timberwolves and the Blazers over 230. They played 2 nights ago. 242 was the total. Allie's on the Preds Blues over 6.5, minus 110. And one big play from SportsLine itself, Nets Wizards over 226. This is dropping in our favor. I encourage you, though, when it does that, sometimes it's either a big group betting on it or somebody is out. We have not seen anybody out yet, but monitor that throughout the day. All right. Remember here 2 more times today, 4 o'clock and 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. But in the meantime, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Alabama, the Maestro, Zack Attack, even Buckets on the streets of NYC. It all starts and ends right here on the Early Edge. Good luck.